Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to our next Chat to a Champ session. I'm here today with Jarryd Hughes, who's one of our Australian team members in the sport of snowboard cross. Jarryd, how's your Olympic experience going so far?
It's going pretty good, Walked away with a nice little shiny piece of silverware, so happy days.
Yep, Jarryd is now officially an Olympic silver medalist, so we're very excited and proud of him for that. We have lots of questions today from 4 different schools from around Australia, so we're going to get straight into it and start with some questions from Devonport Public School in Tasmania. Their first question is, what is your favourite part of the Olympics so far?
Favourite part of the Olympics was probably the event. I mean, walking away with the medals, always a very special thing, so I'm just going to enjoy that.
Definitely a highlight. All right, and what is your favourite food?
Favourite food, lamb or steak, something that I can cook up on the barbie.
Definitely going to have some of that when you get home.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and when you are back home in Australia, whereabouts do you train?
I train out of Sydney, and I basically base myself there, and then I'll probably travel around and go to all the World Cups here and there and travel to events.
Awesome. Next question from Devonport is, have you ever been to their home state of Tasmania?
I certainly have been to Tasmania. It's been a while, but I'd like to go back there sometime soon.
What were you in Tasmania for?
I was there with just a family vacation, just to check out Tassie. So I think I was 10, so it's been a while.
Awesome. Right, now you've had a few injuries during your snowboarding career. What's the worst injury that you've had so far?
The worst injury I've had, it's probably a combination of 5 knee surgeries. So I had 5 separate ones on my left leg, which makes it not the best, but, it'll do the job.
Awesome. And the next question is, how long have you been snowboarding for?
I've been snowboarding for a very long time. I would probably say 14 years now, so since I was 8, and I was very lucky to grow up through inter-schools in Australia.
Awesome. And how did you first get into it?
I got into it because my German teacher at school thought I looked like a snowboarder.
Right.
So I guess she picked it pretty well.
And you obviously specialise in snowboard cross. How did you get into that?
I got into snowboard cross through inter-schools, and they run a GS, slalom, and border cross competition every few weeks in Aussie, and I got to kind of pick through border cross and just kept snowboarding.
And for those at home who don't know what snowboard cross is, can you explain it for us?
Snowboard cross is basically 6 people racing from top to bottom, and first one to the bottom wins. And in between, we've got turns, rollers, jumps, anything you can imagine, we'll put it in there, and it's crazy, but it's awesome. And I love it.
Basically a race and the fastest man wins, eh?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, next up we've got some questions from St Brigden's School in Victoria. Did you ever want to play any other sports, or would you in other Olympic Games?
I would love to play some rugby or some swimming, and maybe some kayaking if I'm lucky. But we'll see how we go.
And you're a bit of a keen skateboarder, and that's making its debut in the 2020 Olympics. Would you ever have a shot at that?
I don't think I'll be making an appearance as an athlete at the 2020 Games, but maybe make an appearance as a coach. I've been lucky enough to work with some amazing skateboarders that are a strong contender for the Australian team, and have medals at X Games and stuff. So who knows? Might see me at 2020 as a coach.
Awesome. And when you were a kid, when did you kind of know that you loved snowboarding and wanted to do it as a career?
I don't know when I really knew I wanted to do it as a career, but I just kept loving it, and I was loving what I was doing, and my parents let me do it, so followed it for as long as I can, and it's led me here.
Awesome. And next question is, what's your greatest fear?
Greatest fear is heights. Don't do well with heights at all.
Even though there was pretty big jumps in that Olympic course.
Yeah, I don't know why. Put me to a snowboard and it doesn't affect me, but standing up on something really tall, and no good.
Talk me through your hardest challenger in the Winter Olympics.
The hardest challenger I had here was Pierre Vautier. Leading into these games, he's won 2 World Cups and has finished in the top 6 at every World Cup. He's leading the world overall, and he walked away with the gold medal here.
Awesome. And you also walked away with the silver medal. How many medals have you won throughout your career?
I've got a few medals, but 2 big ones. I've got this one and then an X Games gold medal, which is another one of my favourites.
Awesome. And when was that medal?
That was the 2016 season for X.
Awesome. We kind of touched on it before, but have you ever been injured in your snowboarding life was the next question.
Yeah, I've definitely been injured. 5 knee surgeries. It sucks, but it's a part of sport. Sometimes you're just going to get hurt, and you just got to dust yourself off the floor and pick yourself up and move on.
Awesome. And what about other sports? What other sports do you like playing?
I love playing every sport. I just love it, whether or not it's rugby, skateboarding, kayaking, you name it, I play it. I just love hanging around and enjoying sports.
Being active.
Yeah, I love it.
And what about your worst sporting memory?
Worst sporting memory is being at the test event for the last Olympics at Sochi and blowing my knee out for the first time. That was pretty depressing, but we came back strong and made it to the games.
And when you were in school, what other sports did you play?
When I was in school, I played soccer, rugby, cricket, basketball, and swimming.
Okay.
So
multi-talented.
Don't know if I was any good, but I did play it.
And we talked about your worst sporting memory before, but what about your favourite sporting memory?
Favourite sporting memory is this Olympics, being at the bottom and being able to celebrate with Pierre and winning his gold and being able to give him a massive hug and congratulations. And it was just a happy moment.
Awesome. All right, now we've got some questions from the International School of Western Australia. Their Year 6 class have written you some awesome questions.
Oh.
Daniel wants to know, what achievement are you most proud of?
It's split between this one and my X Games. I don't know. You guys have a thing and you come back to me. Tell me what you think. Which one would you prefer?
We'll have a class vote.
Yeah.
All right, Abel wants to know, what is the coolest trick that you can do?
Coolest trick that I can do. Normally I race, so first one at the bottom wins. Like to go really fast, get around 100, 120 kilometers an hour on the board. But the coolest trick I can do is frontside double cork 1080. It's where I do spin around 3 times really quick and go upside down twice.
Right, like aerial skiing almost.
Almost.
All right, Matthew wants to know, what is the best part about snowboarding?
The best part about snowboarding is being able to travel the world and having fun and doing what you love. It's just awesome.
We talked a little bit about skateboarding before, but Seth wants to know, is snowboarding at all like skateboarding?
Snowboarding is a lot like skateboarding. I've been very fortunate. I get to skateboard a lot, and my family owns a skate park in Australia actually, so I get to do it a lot.
Awesome. Aiden wants to know, what's the worst thing about being a professional snowboarder?
The worst thing about being a professional snowboarder is probably split between the injuries and the travel. It's a long way to travel from Australia, no matter where you go, and but it's worth it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Daniel wants to know, what's the worst accident you've had while you've been competing?
Worst accident I've ever had while competing was, it's probably got to be my knee. That again, that's taken the cake a few times now, but it's not fun. But you move on from it and only makes you stronger in the end of it all.
Awesome. Matthew wants to know, do you know how to ski?
I can maybe make it down a run without falling. I wouldn't be going very fast, but it's been a while since I've skied. I did it once before I snowboarded and then once since then. So I've been on skis twice in my life.
Wow. All right. Seth wants to know, have you ever gotten frostbite before?
I have gotten frostbite and I don't recommend it. It is not fun. I got it right here on my nose. It wasn't fun, but you got to, hover above hot water for a while and warm up real quick.
Survive to tell the tale.
Yeah, exactly. I've still got my nose.
Oh, very good. Aiden wants to know, is it cool having your own skate park?
It is very cool having my own skate park. We've just moved into our Tarman with our Warehouse 11, so it's pretty cool. And we've got a nice little Ninja Warrior course in there as well, so it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. All right, now we've got some questions from Coogee Public School in New South Wales. Eliza in Year 6 wants to know, did you feel fully prepared and trained for this Winter Olympics?
I did. I had a great run-in with my team. We had an amazing work ethic and managed to put it all together and walk away with a nice little shiny Olympic medal.
So obviously you're doing something right before these games.
Yeah, doing something right.
All right, Bo from Year 6 wants to know, maybe before competition, were you on a special diet? Because I'm sure now you're celebrating a little bit.
Yeah, before competition, we're on a really strict diet of trying to maintain it. So we're at the right weight. We're all feeling good and healthy, and now it's over. We're still I'm not blowing it out, but having a burger every now and then to celebrate.
A few extra pieces of pizza.
Yeah, a few extra pieces of pizza.
All right, Finian in Year 6 wants to know, what fitness activities do you do? Because you do train in a special way.
Yeah, I get to. I'm very big into training. I love it. I go to the gym every day for a long time. I get to do CrossFit in Artarmon with CrossFit Active, which is awesome. And then I get to train with Sydney Uni Rugby as well, which is awesome.
Lots of cross training, not all snowboarding.
Exactly, lots of cross training.
What's the benefit of doing all of those different types of training?
I think the benefits is just kind of the variety, and you don't get stuck doing one thing all the time. And it's just a lot of fun being able to mix it up every now and then.
Awesome. All right, Ella wants to know, what is your most extreme move?
My most extreme move, probably going 100 kilometers an hour down a hill. That's pretty extreme, but yeah, going upside down anytime when you've messed up isn't fun. But yeah, going 100, 120 k's, that's pretty extreme.
As fast as a car. That's very extreme. All right, Ben wants to know, what is the highest mountain that you've ever snowboarded on?
Highest mountain I've ever snowboarded on. I don't know that. I'd have to put a little bit of research into that. Maybe Colorado, probably. That's pretty high. But yeah, I don't know. Colorado's got the highest city in the US with Denver. So I think anything above there, it's pretty hard with the oxygen levels once you start going any higher than there.
Awesome. All right, Arky wants to know, who is your biggest supporter?
My biggest supporter would definitely be my mum and dad. They've been there the whole way, so they're a lot of fun.
Awesome. All right, Lachlan wants to know, when and what did you win your first medal for?
When and what did I win my first medal for? I won my first medal probably for a swimming carnival at school, but my first snowboarding medal was for interschools in a team event. I didn't really help out the team. I went around the gates the wrong way, so I got disqualified. But we still got a medal because the other two boys saved me.
Right. That was your first ever medal. All right. Juliet wants to know, where is your favourite place in the world to snowboard?
Favourite place in the world to snowboard is at home. Perisher and Thredbo, they're my favourites. Just being close to home, having all my friends and family really close by is a lot of fun. But otherwise, Japan's a lot of fun. Whistler's a lot of fun. There's a lot of really cool places to go riding around the world.
There's no place like home.
Exactly. No place like home.
All right. Elena wants to know, what was your favourite childhood game?
My favourite childhood game, Snakes and Ladders or Xbox or PlayStation. I had both. I was really lucky.
And what about sporting games?
Sporting games, rugby. Rugby was for sure my favourite. The Waratahs or going for the Dragons. They were my two favourites.
Awesome. All right, Talia wants to know, what are you looking forward to doing in Pyeongchang now that you've finished competing?
I'm really looking forward to watching the rest of the team. I've been really fortunate to go to a few other events now. I got to watch the Reels the other night and the Moguls before, and got to watch Scotty as well do halfpipe. Just supporting the team now. Now that we're all done, we can get around the boys.
Awesome.
And gals.
Boys and girls. All right, talk to me about the Athletes Village. What's it like?
The Athletes Village is really cool. We've got an amazing staff here with the AOC that we get really well looked after. And, we've got a nice dining hall and some. It's really cool hanging out with all the other athletes from other sports that you don't normally get to see.
And if you could try any other sport at the Winter Olympics, what would you try?
I think if I had to try any other sport at the Winter Olympics, I'd love to sit in a sled on the bobsled. I reckon that'd be really cool because I could do another snowboarding sport, but that's just snowboarding. So, yeah, bobsled.
That's boring.
Go hit up the bobsled boys ladder.
All right, tell us something about the Olympics that is not very well known.
What's not very well known about the Olympics? I don't know. It's very well organised here, and everything's pretty well known. We had a sub-site where we were a little bit closer to the hill, and we had Thor's chef cooking for us. So that's not very well, but we had Thor's chef.
As in Chris Hemsworth,
yeah,
chef cooking for you.
So we had Thor.
Very exciting. All right, what about friends? Have you made many other friends at these games?
Yeah, I've made a lot of friends just competing, even just through snowboard cross, and getting to know all the other Aussies that you don't see all the time, and all the other nations. It's really cool. You get to make a lot of friends from around the world.
And what about pin collecting? Tell us about that.
My pin collecting only started the other day, actually, because I was really focused on doing the event, so I put them away. But the pin collection has started now. It's getting there. I'm trying to get a few pins from a few different nations, so it's pretty cool.
And talk to us about what's going through your head just before you're about to race.
What's going through my head before I race is usually just trying to stay focused on what's ahead of me and not get too far ahead of myself, because you just got to be focused for the moment and not be too far ahead. And if you're ahead, you're probably going to fall.
Okay. And just one last question. What is your message to any students out there who are keen to be Olympians themselves one day?
Anyone that really wants to be an Olympian and do professional sports, it's just go have fun. You're going to really enjoy yourself having fun. And when you're having fun, you're going to do well, and you're going to get to walk away with cool medals and a lot of good friends. So just keep having fun, and you'll progress through sport really well.
Awesome. There were some great questions there from our schools. Do you have any messages for all those back home?
Yeah, I'd love to say thank you guys for all those questions. They were amazing. And thank you guys for all the message of support before. And I got a lot of photos from Ash you guys sent too, which was really cool. And it was awesome. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you all for your very well-researched questions. And hopefully you can chat to Jarryd and follow him on his journey to maybe another Olympic Games.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's chat session. Thanks, Jarryd.
See ya.
Bye.